Today I'm going to show you items that I purchased that I will be using in upcoming videos. Hi everyone, this is Debbie from Project 39 Mini Albums, and I did make a couple of small purchases, and I'm going to show you what I have just in case it's something you want to get and craft along with me. First thing is this paper pad, and these, by the way, I purchased from American Crafts. I'm sure you've seen other people doing haul videos. They have a vault sale, so they're clearing things out. To me, it seems like what you see for sale at Ollie's, at different websites, just some good prices and some useful products. So I first purchased this paper pad workspace. So let's see how big it is. Oh, well, I guess I can tell from here. So it is about 22 inches by 16. I've tried a couple of different things to make good videos, and I needed something that was lighter. I normally use this to craft on, but it doesn't always show up on camera, and I purchased a glass mat, which was wonderful, but it was too shiny. So I am going to see if this works for videos. So that was the first purchase. The second one was this phone stand. It was a great price. It was like $6. The one I have moves too much and it doesn't keep my phone as flat as I need it to. So let's see if this works. So if you do videos or you know someone who will, maybe that's something you're interested in. It's supposed to go along with the Rear Memory Keepers, I don't know what they call it, the box where you take overhead shots and take pictures to display stuff. Anyhow, I don't know, like a photo booth for your products. Anyhow, it will be fine without it. It does come with this light that I will not use because I got all these fabulous lights. So anyhow, that was purchase number 2. Now I can get rid of the box. A couple of other things. These are interesting. These are Dauber bottles. And the reason I got these is because I have some distress stain in a small Dauber bottle. And it has, you know, like the shoe polish that we used to put on. It has the shoe polish top, but it's gotten pretty cruddy over the years. And I just needed something that I could use that would put on my distress stain. This is great when you're inking up edges of things. So I got one for black and one for brown. Now I don't ink up my edges that often, but if I do, this makes it fast and easy. Now you can't buy this anymore. If you could, I would have just gotten another one of these, but yeah, you can't buy this. So I am not sure what is actually in there, whether you can use refill ink or just distress stain. I don't know. I'll play around with it and find out what will work. So I got 2 of those, and they were so inexpensive, so it was worth it. Now they're bigger than what I want, but I'll try to figure out a spot. Whoops, this goes here. Try to figure out a spot to store it. So there is that. And then along the line of Daubers, I got this. Now, I don't use these very often, but again, it was a good price, and I like to have a couple around just to use for my larger ink pads. The smaller ones, of course, I put my little dauby things underneath the pad. Do you know what I'm talking about? So I use these because they're I have a very small craft room, so this works. And then I take my little dauber and it goes underneath each of those and it stores in there nicely. But for the larger ones, you can't do that. So I just figure I'll get these and try them and see how that works. So there is that. Another couple of things I bought were these reinforcement stickers. So they're for hole reinforcements. I've got plain white ones that I'll ink up to match with the projects I'm working on. But again, they were a great price and they're already colored. So I got that. Now there's just a couple of different colors. There's one with a yellow and a bright green. I guess that one has bright green. But anyhow, this will work. I'm doing baby books lately, and these colors will work for the baby books. There's not a blue, but that's okay. So I got those. And then I was ready to check out, but I decided, all right, I'll get a paper collection. Now, I don't do much with Paige Evans. Not that I don't like her stuff. I just didn't have access to it, you know. I don't know if Joann's used to sell it, but, you know, isn't that a pretty one? That's a pretty color. So this one is from, I believe, the Adventurous. Look at those butterflies. Aren't they pretty? The Adventurous collection. And since I do travel and I like to make travel folios and mini albums, and they're bright and colorful, I thought this would be fun to make some travel mini albums. So not only did I get this pad, but I also picked up this project pad. And the reason I got this is not just for the stickers, although those are very pretty. I love the gold foiling accents, and I love, these are stickers, so this will be fun to use. If these were a little bigger, this would be fabulous. I would love to make those as frames in albums. There's more of those butterflies, but let me show you why this pad appealed to me. It's because it has solids. So when you get the project pads, it has solids. Now these are all single-sided. It's not a real heavyweight paper, but it will work for the mini albums that I make. So that is why I picked that up. And then to go along with that, I don't always go crazy getting accessories, but again, the prices were good. I love these puffy stickers. These would be great for titles on the albums or maybe inside. It depends on what album I'm going to make. I have not finalized in my mind exactly what I'm going to do, but no, fun stuff. And then I got these stickers, 340 stickers. So they say that, but you know, some are fairly small. But I might make traveler's notebooks with this as well. But as well, I mean, look at how small those are. But this would be good to make. I've been making some hidden paper clips or just some ephemera. These would be fine. But you know, when they include the letters and tell you that it's 340 stickers, it's because the letters take up a lot of the stickers. I also got a couple of charms. Doesn't go with the collection. I think I was going to get something with the collection, but maybe I chose the wrong thing, but I'm sure I will be able to use those. And then these more charms to go with the collection, and I just thought they were pretty. I decided I'm going to add some charms to my albums as I go along, just to add a little glitz to them. So there is that. And then I'm going to show you something else I purchased, and you're going to say, oh my goodness, that's been around for 20 years. And it probably has been. In fact, I'll look for the date. So I know that since some of the old vintage Mickeys are in public domain, so you can use them, a lot of the paper companies are coming out with them. And Simple Stories, I know, has come up with them. I think Simple Stories is coming out with a new one in February. And I was going to get that, and I wanted things to go along with it, so that's what made me look at this. And some of, you know, you never know if the colors are going to match. This to me seems like not vintage Mickey, but classic Mickey and Minnie. So I'm going to try my hand at making a couple of albums using this. I'm looking to see if there's a date on that. Let's see. No. Oh, 2020 it says. I don't know. I'm sort of thinking this is older than 2020. And I got some cute stamps to go along with that. When I make the mini albums, I like to use whatever scraps are left to make make autograph books. So I thought this would be fun to put in autograph books, or even just little notebooks, just cute little Mickey faces. So that is what I picked up from American Crafts. Now I'm going to show you another quick little haul from another company. This is from my scrap cabin shop. I needed some seam binding, so I picked up some 3 yards of the white. She also put in a free gift of this. I guess it's like a sage green. And there was a grab bag, a bundle of all different colors, and I chose that because I was taking too much time trying to figure out what colors I wanted, and I am sure I'll use these one way or another. So between American Crafts and that, I'm shopped out. Now, you know, I do try to use up what is in my stash, so I do have plans on using up the paper that I picked up. I'm not going to just buy it and leave it in my stash. I do plan on using it. So I wanted to show you that. That is the hauls that I picked up in January, and I just wanted to show you so you could see what I was going to be working with next. Thanks so much for watching. Have a fabulous day.